with casting pearls amongst the swine. 'Cause each of us is running out of time. It's already started silent, you won't hear a chime. You'll be measured and punished for each heavenly crime.
Good evening and welcome to the Belfast Podcast. Just a bit of an update on Sobriety, day 16. Just going to wait for a few more people to come in, so I'll put a wee bit of music on in the meantime so you're not bored with my face. Just waiting for a few to come in and then we'll get stuck in.
And heal the house. Allow him to roar, not be a mouse. Conflict when necessary, pain is growth. Modern man has been castrated and forgot both. I am not here to hold your hand while you finally do what's right. Stop dulling your gifts and letting your presence be contrite. What do you want? How do you feel? How about you help yourself and stop sucking life from your family and blaming mental health?
Stuff it. Let's just get started. I'm a very patient man, as you can tell. So, couple of points about the last 16 days. So, sobriety has not made life any easier, per se. It's just made things a bit quieter. And quiet exposes what you've been avoiding, really. And for me, it was being present, emotions, and a lot of different things, and just being accountable in general as a man, really. And peace is starting to come the more consistent that I've been. I've had obviously days where it's been harder than others, but I thought drinking and smoking, etc., was to relax me, but it turns out I was drinking to avoid silence. Energy is unbelievable. All these things just steal energy from you, you know. Sobriety doesn't give you superpowers, it just stops the leak, you know. The biggest thing has been the stabilization. No real highs, no real lows, just nice and centered, which is very, very unusual for me because there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows normally when you're in active addiction, which I have been for many, many years. So this is a very, very new thing for me. After, 16 days, it's just a relief, to be honest. Discipline initially feels like you're losing something, but you're actually gaining. Ultimately, chaos feels like freedom until you try to build anything, and then it just falls down around you. So the one thing I would say is that if you're going to do it, you need to have a hard line in the sand. Alcohol, drugs, everything else just keeps life in perpetual postponement, you know. That's why I set a very specific date and put my back against the wall publicly, because sobriety collapses every time that you try on a whim. You know, you need to be very certain about it and have your heart set on it and get the proper support structures in place. And it's a lot easier for me to say this now, 16 days clear, you know, but it's the best decision I've ever made. The one thing that has been very surprising to me is the different reactions that you get. Now, obviously, mainly for me, it has been positive on the whole, but I've had some real horrible messages and just negative stuff coming my direction, which is perfectly understandable. I've put enough negativity out into the world, so no shock when it comes back at you. I just choose to use that negativity as fuel to keep driving forward. And it's undeniable the positivity that my journey has brought so far. Several messages of day ones, day twos, whatever, which is inspiring for me. It lets me know that this is bigger than me. And it was great last night getting the first group of Forged Warriors out for the weekly walk. Um, Everybody that showed up was fantastic. All being accountable, all discipline, showed up on time. We set off on time. Everything was perfect. It was a freezing evening, but the warmth was there within the group. And obviously, when we got the limbs moving, the actual heat came into the body as well, apart from the out hands. The hands felt like they were about to fall off before the end of it. But it's night and day, guys. I can't promote sobriety enough. My biggest fear was, feelings that were going to come back and unprocessed stuff. But to be honest, that's really what needed to happen. I'm still very much getting to know myself, as retarded as that sounds. When you spend a life in perpetual intoxication, you're just suppressing the person that God intended you to be. And it turns out like I actually have a pretty decent soul in there somewhere, where I do want to help others, and that couldn't have been any less of what I was like beforehand. It's fantastic being present in the house with my wife. I feel like I fell in love with her again, as cheesy as that sounds, but yeah, it's been amazing. And there has been many things that have came along the way to throw a stumbling block in the path, but it's a no surrender kind of vibe over here. You can slash tires, you can score cars, you can do whatever you want, but you're not stopping this momentum, guys. And I've never been more determined about anything in my entire life. It's very much now my identity, and I'm going to keep it as such. I feel like this journey publicly has made a lot of people react negatively towards me in the DMs because it's exposing their own life to them. Because if somebody as weak and flawed as myself is able to do this, then, really anybody can. People try to pull you back in the old patterns and remind you of who you were and what you've done, but redemption is a real thing. And if you stay within that mindset of the past, you're never going to progress anywhere. Not everyone reacts to sobriety because of you. Some react because of what it reflects back to them, basically. The one thing I've struggled with, it would be the boredom aspect of things, but boredom is not really the enemy. It's your body recalibrating. I've had so much more energy, so much more physical strength, and I don't really miss any of it, to be honest. I'm waiting for more resistance. It's since the first few days, it's been quite easy, because I felt positive every day. I've set myself things to achieve every day, and I've achieved them, and I won't stop. If anything, I'm just going to keep doing more. You know, and the whole boredom side of things, that's been a big, big thing for me. Just learning to sit with my thoughts. It's maturity for me. which is quite a pathetic thing to have to say at 40 years of age. I know I look 30, but believe it or not, I am 40. But yes, um, the identity thing is the biggest one for me, because my entire life there's always been a crutch. There's always been something to rely on. Always been a prop as a joint or whatever. And I've wanted not to be present in any room, but it's uh, it's been fantastic. It's been fantastic just to start discovering the person that you are. It's not uncomfortable really anymore. Um, I don't really feel in a position to give people advice, to be honest, because I'm just saying what I'm noticing, if you know what I mean. It's not really, I don't have any answers. It's just, I'm trying to be the example and show that it can be done. And I hope that that is coming across for people. Um, the biggest thing I would say is living your life in addiction as well. It's intense. Your whole life's intense. You're either coming down off something or going up on something. But just this last 16 days, consistency has been my best friend, and just I cannot recommend it enough. If there's anybody out there who doesn't think it's possible, like, you're never going to meet a bigger junkie than the person that's speaking into this microphone right now. But by God's grace, I'm here and I'm sober, and I'm 16 days sober. I look better. I feel better. I'm more present with those that matter, and my work rate is through the roof. And I'm slowly but surely earning the respect back from the people who love me and who I dearly love. So that's the biggest thing for me. Um, it's been a it's been a roller coaster internally, but it's not been external, which has been very strange. Normally, I'd be a throw the toys out of the pram kind of guy when stuff isn't going my way. But I think my calmness has even shocked my wife, and those around me on a daily basis, because I usually have the temperament of a psychopath, but I have found peace of some description, which is an absolute miracle, to be honest. Um, I am open to any questions, by the way. If anyone has any questions, I don't want to just sit and talk nonsense here for forever. Although I'm pretty good at talking nonsense, like, it's almost a hobby. What I would say is still hard is getting sleep balance right. It's either amazing or terrible. The last few days has been amazing. I haven't wanted to get out of bed, to be honest. Absolutely love bed now. Love sleep. I used to hate going to bed because you're stuck with your thoughts and all the rest. Irritations still show up, obviously, but it's how you deal with them. And old habits try to raise their head, but you just slap the clean life back out of them and put them down to the ground. That slip last week really hammered it home to me that that's not for me anymore. And yeah, it's it's for other people if they want it. I'm not judging people. If you want to smoke weed, smoke weed. But that was a big moment for me after that joint. It was like that was my road to Damascus moment in the middle of it all. So how's it going, mate? 86 RAMC. Any questions there, buddy? I would say to anybody who is on the same journey or considering the same journey, the best thing you're going to notice is your relationships. They all improve dramatically. Even relationships that you thought were dead and gone, there's a very good chance you'll be able to get them back once people start seeing consistency in your life and that you're actually real and it's not just talk. And you can understand why people doubt addicts, because we're manipulative, we're liars, we do everything to make sure that we can have that drink or have that line or whatever your poison is. But consistency is undeniable. And when you show up every day, weak, tired, and different, and just be accountable and get it done. I mean, there was many times today I could have spiraled or could have done whatever, but I've filled my day with positive stuff. I've been to the gym, I've walked the dogs, I've done work on projects that I've got coming up, and yeah, just keep positive and you keep moving forward. It's not rocket science, and I mean, I'm every bit as shocked as the people around me that I'm on day 16. But let's see what the shock is like when we get to day 30 and get to day 60 and get to day 90. And it's not a case of at day 90 this is going to be over. This is for life. This is for keeps, and I'm happy knowing that. The fear of not having whatever is gone. The temptations are still there. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm bulletproof, but they get quieter and quieter as every day passes. And even when big events happen that should, set you off normally, I've managed to grip tight and get through it. So I'm pretty happy with how things are going. I wouldn't say proud of myself, because you should never be proud of yourself for doing or something that you always should have done in the first place. I'm just happy with the consistency and happy that I'm getting done what I want to get done on a daily basis. So, yeah. In regards to the podcast, we have some amazing guests coming up in the next few weeks. We have allegedly Dave back on Friday. We have Bart Sebrell, who made the documentary A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon. We have biblical author and scholar Gary Wayne, author of Genesis 6 Conspiracy. We have Crew 777 and many more amazing guests lined up. And that's just this side of Christmas. So we are, well, I say me, it's a one-man band. I am doing my best to bring you as much in-depth content as humanly possible. I am booking the guests, producing everything, and yeah, it's been great. It's been fantastic getting to speak to all these guys, and they're also giving with their time. And I've been asked on to Forbidden Knowledge News podcast in January as well. Yes, Mr. Egan is Crew 777. So yes, he will be on. Well, I'm interviewing him on Friday, but just with the way things are scheduled, it's probably going to be early next week before he will be released. We have allegedly Dave on Friday. I think Bart Sabrell will be Monday. I imagine we will do Max Egan probably Wednesday, Thursday. And on Sunday, I will be interviewing Gary Wayne Sunday night of next week. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday before that's released. So we have so much content coming this side of Christmas and many more locked in for the new year. So if you haven't already, guys, all three who's still in the live chat, like, share, and subscribe, and get this channel out there, because we are making waves, and what's coming in the new year is going to shock everyone. So I don't do things by halves. And yeah, thank you very much for joining this evening. And if you are in any way struggling, you can always email me. Email is in the description of the channel. The only thing I can offer is a chat, but it's better than nothing. And I'm a genuine person, and I have your best interest at heart. So yeah, if you're struggling, give me a shout. And the one thing I'm happiest about is being present and yeah, just feeling stuff. It's amazing. So thank you very much, guys, for your continued support, and just keep doing what you're doing. And obviously, as a wise man once said, no surrender. In a non-political sense, just no surrender to the bender. Let's get it done, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, and we will be back on Friday evening with Nemesis' favourite there, allegedly Dave. And as I say, many more great ones to come. So thank you, and have a good evening. And please like, share, subscribe, and hype the channel and all that jazz. So yeah, I have been Mark, and you have been fantastic. So thank you very much, and good evening.
Done with casting pearls amongst the swine, 'cause each of us is running out of time. It's already started silent, you won't hear a chime. You'll be measured and punished for each heavenly crime.